Hope is one of the most misunderstood ideas in human history. Most people think hope is optimism. They think hope is believing things will work out. That is not hope. That is wishing. Real hope does not deny reality. It stands inside it. Hope is not born when things are easy. It appears when clarity disappears. When outcomes are uncertain. When effort feels unanswered. Most people don't lose hope in dramatic moments. They lose it quietly, after trying again and again, and realizing no one is watching. That is when the mind starts negotiating. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I waited too long. Maybe I should stop. This is not realism. This is retreat. The Stoics never promised you success. They promised you alignment. Hope, in Stoic philosophy, is not emotional reassurance. It is ethical commitment to the future. It is the decision to act with integrity even when outcomes are hidden. To remain disciplined even when reward is delayed. History does not remember those who felt hopeful. It remembers those who continued without hope. People who planted knowing they might never eat the harvest. People who endured knowing recognition might never come. That is not optimism. That is hope refined by reality. You don't need clarity to move forward. You need character. Hope is what allows character to persist without applause, without guarantees. Despair makes people reckless. Hope makes people patient. Despair asks, "What's the point?" Hope asks, "What's the next right action?" Hope is not loud. It does not shout motivation. It whispers continuity. Stay. Build. Endure. A hopeful person is not someone who expects life to be kind. It is someone who refuses to let bitterness decide their behavior. You may be tired. You may be uncertain. You may be far from where you thought you'd be. But if you are still choosing discipline over impulse, truth over comfort, integrity over escape, you have not lost hope. You are practicing it. Hope is not the belief that darkness will pass quickly. It is the belief that you can walk through it without becoming it. Continue. That is hope.
If this message resonates with you,
Like and subscribe for more content like this. This channel is built for people who want control over their focus, not constant noise. There is a moment every person reaches that no one prepares you for. Not a breakdown, not a crisis, but a quiet realization that effort does not guarantee reward. This is where many people abandon hope without realizing it. They keep moving, they keep talking, but internally, they disengage. They stop investing themselves fully. They choose safety over sincerity. This is not wisdom. It is self-protection disguised as maturity. Hope requires vulnerability, not emotional exposure, but existential risk. To hope is to accept that effort may go unrewarded and still act with excellence. The Stoics understood that the future is not something you predict. It is something you meet with preparation. Hope is preparation without certainty, training without applause. When you detach hope from outcome, it becomes unbreakable, because nothing can disprove it. Many people say they've lost hope, when what they've really lost is control. And that loss feels unbearable to an undisciplined mind. But Stoicism teaches this clearly. Control was never yours to begin with. What remains is choice, and choice is enough. There will be seasons where nothing improves, no feedback, no confirmation, just repetition. These seasons are not empty, they are formative. Hope matures in silence, just as strength matures under resistance. A hopeful person does not rush life. They understand timing is not theirs to command. They focus instead on readiness, on becoming someone worthy of the moment if it arrives. And if it doesn't, they remain worthy anyway. This is the quiet power of hope. It removes desperation. Desperation bends character. Hope preserves it. You don't need to believe everything will work out. You only need to believe that abandoning yourself is not an option. As long as you act with discipline, as long as you choose honesty, as long as you refuse to rot internally, hope remains alive. Not as a feeling, but as a posture toward life. Continue, without guarantees, without noise. That is hope practiced correctly. If you're serious about building this mindset, follow and subscribe. Everything here is about discipline, focus, and real progress. There is another reason people abandon hope that no one talks about. It's not failure. It's boredom. The boredom of effort without visible change. The boredom of doing the right thing over and over, while nothing dramatic happens. This is where shallow minds quit, not because they're incapable, but because they expect life to entertain them. Hope is incompatible with the need for stimulation. It requires tolerance for repetition, for monotony, for long stretches of quiet progress. The ancient world understood this. Farmers planted months before seeing results. Builders laid foundations they would never stand upon. Hope was not emotional fuel. It was structural. Modern life has distorted this. It teaches you that if something doesn't feel rewarding, it must not be worth doing. Stoicism rejects this completely. Worth is not measured by feeling. Hope, then, is the willingness to invest in days that will never be remembered. To live honorably even when life feels ordinary. Most of life is not decisive moments. It is maintenance, maintaining discipline, maintaining perspective, maintaining yourself. Hope lives in maintenance, not in breakthroughs. There is also a quieter form of hope, one that doesn't look forward at all. It looks inward. It is the hope that says, no matter what happens, I will not abandon my principles. This hope does not depend on circumstances. It depends on identity. When your hope is grounded in who you are, life loses its power to destabilize you. You can lose status, direction, even opportunity, without losing yourself. This is the deepest form of hope. Not belief in outcomes, but trust in character. As long as your actions remain aligned, as long as you continue to choose restraint over reaction, effort over escape, the future cannot defeat you. It can delay you, it can test you, it can exhaust you, but it cannot hollow you out. Hope is not excitement for tomorrow. It is loyalty to the person you decided to become, and that loyalty is unbreakable. Continue, quietly, patiently, that is hope, fully realized.